In March of 2020, our lead national correspondent, that's David Begnaud, went to Cookeville, Tennessee after an EF4 tornado hit the city east of Nashville. 19 people in Cookeville were killed that day, including the Kimberlin family. That's Josh, Aaron, and 2-year-old little Sawyer. David recently returned to visit family members of the victim to see how the community is now honoring their memories.
Our trip back to Cookeville, Tennessee began with a door knock at the home of Pastor Rodney Pitts.
There he is.
And his wife, Tricia.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Wow, it's been a long time coming.
It has been nearly 3 years since we reported on that tornado, which killed their daughter, Erin Kimberlin, her husband, Josh, and their 2-year-old son, Sawyer. He loved the church hymnal, one song in particular.
That was his song.
That was his song.
He couldn't read other places that had a different songbook. He would look through it and find that because he knew what it looked like.
The Pitts took us to where the Kimberlins' home once stood until the tornado ripped it off its foundation. That sacred ground where they died is now a living memorial.
This was an area where Sawyer played a lot, and they've made just a beautiful park out of that to kind of make it a happy place for kids. We can come out and smile, you know, it's good.
And where the children now play, Tricia and Rodney Pitts often come to pray and just reflect.
I'm not the same person I used to be, that's for sure.
What's changed?
Oh, man. Man, everything. You know, you preach about how life is a vapor, that it's just it's come and gone, and you tell people all along how fragile and uncertain it is. Now I know it is.
In March 2020, in the dark of night, while so many people were asleep, the tornado blasted through with 175-mile-per-hour winds and destroyed 170 homes.
There was just big, tall piles of just rubble everywhere. And it was the oddest thing, David. There was no grass. It actually, it pulled the grass up. And I just remembered Tricia just kept saying, there's nothing here. There's nothing left. And in your mind, you're thinking, well, they're somewhere.
Yeah.
They're not here. They weren't here, you know, but they were.
How does it feel to have people still thinking about them and talking about them and checking up on y'all?
It means so much to know that their memory is still alive, and the impact that they had on people was enough that they still think of them.
The community also built a memorial garden for the 5 children who died: Sawyer, Hattie Jo Collins, Dawson Curtis, Bridget Ann Marie McCormick Phillips, and Harlan Marsh.
I think eventually it'll be a nice shady spot.
Yeah.
They also planted trees for all 19 people who died that night, like Leisha Rittenberry, who loved karaoke, Sue and Todd Kohler, who married in 2017. Amanda Cole was the live-in nanny for the Curtis family. She died along with Terry Curtis and his son Dawson, and 3 trees for the Kimberlin family.
They died on March 3rd. The next day is what? March 4th. And that's what we're doing. We're marching forward, day at a time.
Kim Cantley is Josh Kimberlin's mom.
How do you describe how much you miss him?
He was my Peter Pan. He just brought laughter and just did it so naturally.
Don't throw it.
God made Aaron for Josh. And, you know, there's a lot of tragedy in the story of March 3rd, but there's a lot of beauty too. They would have never made it. You know, one made it and the other didn't. God took them together. All 3. I hear their laughter, and it is a beautiful story.
Sam doesn't know if you've been a good boy or a bad boy this year. Can you enlighten us?
The sound
That's a pretty strong case.
The memories,
Say a prayer?
all bittersweet.
Well, you know, we came back to really check on those left behind, to just see how you're doing.
Because of their faith, because of God's word, we're doing good. We are doing good. It gives us hope. Yeah. Death is something we'll all experience, but it's not the end. It's not the end. And so I know I'll see them again.
Aaron and Sawyer are buried together. Josh is right beside them. This is the photo that tells the story of those who rest here.
We couldn't ask for any better. I mean, we're very blessed. All of our children have married. Really, it's wonderful families. But these, it's deeper.
You may be wondering, how do they deal with the unbearable pain?
Happy birthday, Daddy. We love you and ready to see you this afternoon.
Well,
They're the lucky ones.
Yes.
with unshakable faith.
God's been very good to us to give us everything we've needed through this process.
And he's put up with me.
It's those home videos that will get you every time when you see the family live and in color and the love that they had for each other. And I always marvel at people's faith during those times. I really do.
I marvel at people's desire to want to help. 6,000 to 7,000 volunteers showed up to help that community. $2.3 million was raised, and it was all shared amongst the families who lost.
The strength, the resilience, the woman standing there in front of you crying but saying we're good. It's such an amazing power that they have to move forward. March 4th, as she said.
March
Yeah,
4th.
I thought that was interesting.
I hope you feel hope after watching this. It's not about the sadness. The Pits want you to feel hope because I know they do.
Because they've got it.
They do.
David, well done.
We have to take their lead. We have to take the lead from them on that particular story.
All right.
Thank you, David.